Hello everyone, and this is BioPhoenix here, and today we're going to be doing another album review, but this time it's going to be on Hibria, Defying the Rules. So this is a heavy metal band that is mostly considered as speed and power metal, and it came out in the year 2004, and the band is actually from Brazil. Yeah, this is one of those bands that I randomly discovered on YouTube many years ago. So when it comes to the lineup for this album, as you can see here, I'm just throwing on a picture of all, the names and such, and that's mainly because all the names of the members of this band are ones that are very hard for me to pronounce, and I'm not even gonna bother trying, so you can read these names however you like. So when it comes to the front cover of the album, I have to say, this is pretty epic stuff. So you got a dude sword fighting with a ninja on a motorcycle in a post-apocalyptic city. That's some pretty badass shit right there. Now this is the type of album cover that goes down in the history of awesomeness. So as for the song list, there's 10 songs, although technically 9 since one of them is just an instrumental intro that is more atmospheric stuff. And that song is literally called Intro. And the total length of the album is 52 minutes, which I do think is a pretty good length for an album. Not too long, but not too short. And as for the rest of the song, starting from number 2, we got Steel Lord on Wheels. This was the very first song that I ever heard from this band, and I have to say, I fucking love this song. It's very fast paced, lots of shredding, lots of really awesome guitar solos and riffs. It's pretty amazing. And if I would say in general with this band, I'd say that the sound that it kind of reminds me of is like a mix between Judas Priest and Halloween. Even the vocals is kind of like a mix between the two. It's kind of interesting, and I really like it a lot. But one amusing thing about the song title, Steel Lord on Wheels, if you actually put the abbreviation of it, it spells out the word slow. So I guess you could say that the Steel Lord is a kind of a slowpoke. And then the next song is Change Your Lifeline. So what is this, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, no, but this song is still pretty fucking awesome and is another favorite of mine on the album. I also find the chorus in this one to be very, very catchy as well. And next up we got Millennium Quest. Now this is one of the longer songs on the album, being 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Now this one still is a pretty fast-paced song, but it does have some slower parts here and there. But even the slower parts are really not that slow at all, so because of that, it's still a pretty great song. And then there's A Kingdom to Share. I know I'm going to be repeating myself a lot here, but yeah, another fast-paced song that is really awesome, but of course, I really love the intro to this one. It's just so damn catchy. And then there's Living Under Ice. Yeah, not to be confused with Trapped Under Ice from Metallica. But yeah, surprisingly, this is actually one of the few songs on this album that isn't super fast. But I still find this one to be pretty good. And then after that, there's Defying the Rules, the self-titled one. So first off, the intro with the drums is just freaking awesome. And then it goes back to being super fast and just really kick-ass. And there's a few parts within this song that really do kind of remind me of the early stuff from Halloween. And next up is The Faceless in Charge. So this is another longer song on the album with being 6 minutes and 58 seconds. So this one starts out a little bit more slower pace, but it's definitely still very, very heavy. And then builds up to being super fast and catchy. And later on in the song, it does have a little bit of some narration. And of course, that narration is done with a very badass tone. And then after that, it's High Speed Breakout. And holy crap, the intro to this song is just majestic as fuck. It actually kind of reminds you of something out of Yui Malmsteen's Rising Force. So knowing that, it starts out with a super hyper guitar solo. But yeah, I'm sure you can take a guess what I'm about to say with this one, so I won't say much about it here, but yeah, still a really kick-ass song. And then the final track on this one is Stare at Yourself, and this is actually the longest song, being 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And this one is pretty sweet too. I really don't know what else to say about it that I already have been saying before, but it is the longest song on the album, so meaning that you get a ton of different guitar solos and catchy riffs and all that kind of good stuff. And that's all the songs on Defying the Rules, and I have to say, it's some pretty badass stuff. And in case you think that there needs to be more of it, then I have good news for you. There's actually a 10th anniversary version of the album that actually has 2 extra songs on it. Now, I'm not covering them here, but I figured I'd mention that it's out there, and yeah, it's still pretty awesome stuff. And overall, I would say that Defying the Rules is a really fucking kick-ass album that I can highly recommend to anyone who is a fan of power metal and speed metal. And like I said, if you're a fan of Judas Priest and Halloween, then I think you'd really like this. And I'm very thankful for the fact that I was actually able to hear all these songs for the first time while being in high school. It definitely made things a whole lot more bearable. So yeah, I can definitely say that the album cover on this one does live up to the music that it presents. It's really awesome shit, and I can also say that the band Hibria is pretty underrated and I wish more people would check them out. And that's what I'm here to say, that you should definitely check this album out if you're a fan of any of the things that I said earlier. So with that being said, thanks for watching and commenting, and have yourselves a great day.